summer comes and winter falls, the island ladies go to shopping malls. Take daddy's credit card, charge it all. They're living on an island. Oh, we're living on Long Island. Oh, you know it's so much fun. I'm living on the island. I'm just basking in the sun.
Hey, Andy, give me a vodka. Is that your Camaro? It's gorgeous.
You know, I went to high school with Billy Joel.
Wow.
I go to Hamptons on Friday night. I party hard till sunshine bright. Then I'm sitting in traffic on Sunday night. I'm living on an island. Yeah, living on Long Island. Ah, you know it's so much fun. I'm living on the island. I'm not hurting anyone. Ah, let's live.
Hey there, Islanders. If you're going out to the beach, you better get an early start. Traffic is miserable.
Well, I'm coming of age in Old Bethpage, trying to get down in Levittown, dancing in the dark in Floral Park. I think I'll stay in Oyster Bay because I'm living on an island.
Ciao, Bella! Welcome to the Gagootz show. I got a little technical difficulty over here. We got some kind of show for you tonight. Hey, keep it up here. We got some kind of show for you tonight. We got our special guest, Rick Morgan. We got a special guest that might not show up. We got two ladies in their 50s who are going to show you how good they look in a bikini. And now, without a further interruption, here's your two hosts, Nicole LoMonaco and Jeannie Powers.
Yay! I'm giving myself an applause.
Yeah.
Yay.
Arrivederci.
Let's
See you later, Alfredo.
Ciao. Ciao, Bella.
Ciao.
Oh my gosh.
You look nice.
Thank you.
You look really cute. I'm wearing the outfit I wear every third Tuesday of the month.
You know me, I don't like to wear the same thing.
I
got to wait
do.
months before. Well, you know what I had to do today? I went into my daughter's clothes.
Oh.
These are her clothes that she hasn't worn yet.
She hasn't even worn them yet and you're
No.
wearing them?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet of you. Just don't spill any coffee on them. The
It's all right. If I spill something on it, she could have it back. And I look better in it than she does.
Wench.
I'm one of those moms that just doesn't give a shit.
You are just one of those people who just
Yeah,
doesn't give
that
a shit. Let alone being a mom. You just don't care.
No, you're right. I don't. So when I got to, we finally got to go back to our improv class
Yeah.
last night after having 2 weeks off, and I got there late because I was working. And how'd they know that I hadn't eaten?
Oh, because, okay, see, Jeannie and I are taking improv class if you're just tuning in together, and she texted me and said she's going to be late tonight. And something came up, and they said, the teacher asked me, like, oh, where is she? I said, I don't know, but I really hope when she gets here she's got some food in her system, because if she doesn't, she's going to be really nasty. And she came in, and I said something to her, and I think she told me to go fuck myself.
No, I didn't say go fuck yourself.
I think you said something along the lines like, shut the fuck up.
Probably shut the fuck up.
There was an F-word bomb in there
You know
at
why?
one point.
Because we had to volunteer, and I
Right.
never volunteer to get up.
Ever.
She's the first one. Hey, pick me! She's one of those.
I'm a ham.
Ugh. And I'm the one that just waits in the corner. I want to be the last to go. I need to absorb everything before I get up. And I guess 2 people went after you, and then I was like, fine, I'll go. And this one, yay!
Oh, yeah, that's right. I was like, yay, she's going. And that's when she told me to shut the hell up.
Yeah. And she was
And
right, I hadn't eaten.
I said, did you eat? And she went, no. And I said, see, I told you guys she was going to be nasty. I'm like, she's usually nasty, but she's much worse when she's hungry.
It's horrible. It's horrible when I'm hungry, like right now.
Lucky me.
Lucky Benny.
Yeah, she almost bit Benny's head off before. So the Oscars are coming up
Yes,
on Sunday. We
this
discussed with
weekend.
you guys that we are going to get together and we're going to wear our evening gowns and eat ice cream and popcorn and whatever
and pizza,
other
and Twizzlers and M&Ms and
our-
potato chips and dip and
whatever we can get our hands on.
yeah, I can't even wait.
In our evening gowns as we
Watch
talk
the
about
Oscars.
how much we love the Oscars. We're going to film it and then we'll make a little clip together and send
I'm
it
rooting
out
for
to
the
you guys.
bear, even though the bear is.
I know, this
the
bear's
bear
been
from
like an
Revenant.
ongoing joke between us. This bear.
They better get some kind of award for special effects for that bear, which is really a person.
Do animals ever get an award? Like, some of them should.
I think that they have pet awards.
They do?
Yeah.
Not in the Oscars.
What is that? The Westminster Kettle Association, or whatever. Kettle. Kettle.
The Westminster.
Yeah, they get awards for having.
Yeah, but those are like.
Do they get movie awards? Maybe they do.
That's what I'm saying.
For
Like
best
acting,
stunts.
like best dog trainer, animal trainer that's gotten these animals to
That
be,
hasn't gotten eaten by a bear.
yeah.
But you know that bear's not real.
Oh no.
No, that's not a real bear.
Oh.
That's a dude.
How great of this bear costume was it?
He wasn't wearing a costume. He was wearing one of those green screen suits with
Oh.
the things all over his body. And he sat for days watching actual bears and wildlife, went to the zoo, watched videos on how bears interact, how bears maul people, how bears attack. And then that's how it was filmed, and it was CGI'd over his body.
Wow.
So it's really a person who
I didn't
deserves
know
that
that.
Oscar, not the bear.
All right. So then, really, you're not rooting for the bear.
You're rooting for the guy.
You're rooting for the
that
guy.
played the bear. So.
Oh, well, I think they should give awards out for people who actually train animals that were in it before CGI was a thing and made people
When they
be
used real
animals.
bears.
When they used real bears and there was real risk, you
You
know?
can really die.
You could possibly die during this. You could possibly win an Oscar. It could go either way.
I will be so disappointed if Leonardo DiCaprio doesn't win. But I will also laugh so hard.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I honestly, you know me, I don't particularly go that crazy over everybody in Hollywood's
Oh
lives.
my gosh, I love the Oscars.
I know.
Love it.
Like, you're going to be there and be like, oh my God, yes, that one deserves
No, I'm
this.
gonna be like,
and,
why is that bitch wearing that dress?
and I'm just going to be over there like, I don't know, why is she wearing that dress?
Who are you wearing tonight, Nicole? Who are you wearing?
I'm wearing these beautiful threads.
I'm wearing
were-
Kohl's.
Is it Kohl's?
This is Kohl's, and it's neoprene. Feel this, it's scuba.
I don't even know what
Feel it.
neoprene is.
That's neoprene. It's like a
Oh.
scuba suit, like a
Oh.
wetsuit.
Why?
Yeah, I could go swimming in this.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. This is straight out of my best friend's closet.
Hey, whatever you got to do. I took from my bad daughter, and you took from your best friend.
I did. She actually gave it to me, though.
It's very cute.
Thanks. I hope she's not watching this. I got pizza sauce on it. She's going to be so mad at me. She's going to be like, you asshole.
You need the
I
Tide-
gave you those clothes.
Oh
She's
my
like
God.
articulate about her
I
clothes.
have to be a mother now and say, you need to use a Tide pen.
I will get a Tide pen because she'll kill me if she finds out that I got this on her shirt, because she's one of those people that spends a ton of money on everything that she buys, and she's like got them all like the black, the white, red, green, yellow.
closet?
In the closet.
Oh, that's
everything
annoying.
is like very like
It's like
nice.
sleeping with the enemy.
And she spends like a lot of money. She said, "What'd you say? It's like sleeping with the enemy?" Yeah, exactly. And
all the
she's-
Campbell soup cans are all in a row.
Yeah. Well, just for her
I don't
clothes.
like people like that.
It's just her clothes. She's very, very special about them, but she knows. You know what? It's her own fault. She's been my best friend for 6 years now. Like, bitch, you know I'm dirty. like let's not
That's a dirty
pretend.
bitch right there. That's a dirty bitch.
Yeah, I'm a mess.
So did you go see Deadpool yet?
I'm not. I didn't. I want to go Thursday. I asked my friend to go see it. He doesn't want to go, but I'm gonna go see. Did you see it?
Yeah, I want to see it again.
I'm hearing nothing but great reviews.
We were talking about it last week on the show.
Yeah.
And it is one of the best, if not the best, Marvel movie, comic book, superhero
Really?
movie I have ever seen. And you know me, I am all about
But why?
movies and Marvel.
Is it
Because it was true to the comic.
Okay.
It didn't treat the fans like we were idiots. It gave us what we needed. It was Deadpool.
Right.
That's who Deadpool is.
I've never been a big fan of Deadpool the comic. I don't know it well enough to know if they were making all like changes.
Yeah,
and
they
whatnot.
did it justice. It was very good.
What movie do you find did it not do justice out of the comic book movie?
Green Lantern. Also starring Ryan Reynolds.
What is that?
That was fucking horrible. I don't even know what that was.
But
It's
what-
embarrassing.
I get upset when they take somebody who plays a lead role as one character in a comic book series
And then puts
him as another one.
And usually they don't do that. That's not something that they do very often.
But then the Flame was from Fantastic Four turned into be Captain America, and it's like I just don't
Yeah.
like when you interject.
See,
all
I can
your-
understand how they did it with the Green Lantern because everybody wants to forget that movie ever existed.
Yeah, that makes
because
sense.
it was so bad. So then they put him in Deadpool, and he was perfect for Deadpool.
Yeah,
Because he's hilarious.
yeah.
And from the opening credits, you have to pay attention when you watch this movie.
That's what
the
everyone
opening
said.
credits to the extended scene at the end was phenomenal.
All right, I'm gonna have to see it. Would you go see it again?
Yes, fucking go see it again.
All
I
right,
will go
maybe
see it
do
again.
that.
Definitely. Oh, how did the comedy show go on?
On Sunday?
Yeah.
I had a comedy show.
Badass Bitches of comedy?
It's called Babs of Comedy. It's Badass Bitches, and we had it at the Villa Monaco. It went very well. It was myself, KJ Johansson, who we've had as a guest on here, another comedian named Erin Harks, and then Jess Miller. We didn't sell out, but we had a fantastic crowd. They were so into
That's
it. They were very energetic. Every one of the women knocked it out of the park. They were just so funny. KJ came out as the Long Island medium.
She did say there was gonna be a sighting of the Long Island
She came
medium.
out and she felt spirits. She felt the spirits. She went around to
I
all
really
the
like her.
people. She was so funny. It was enjoyable. It was a good show.
I'm sorry I
Everybody liked
couldn't
it.
be there.
It's all right. We'll have more.
I was at another club for a fundraiser that I had to do, that I work with.
That's okay.
I wanted to be there.
That's all right. We'll have another one, and the Badass Bitches. Maybe we'll have you come up and do a little something.
What would I do?
Maybe like a word association game that we do.
Okay.
That could be easy enough.
Yeah, because I don't do stand-up, even though
No,
everybody
I
thinks
wouldn't put you up there just to
stand-up,
throw you.
so I could fail.
No, I wouldn't do that to you. You wouldn't fail though. You would be fine.
No, I'd have to show my boobs or something. Here, look at these.
I'm disappointed in you. Everything's going wrong. Boobs. Everything's going wrong. Lift of a skirt. No.
Sure.
Bad. Anyway, but everything else is good. We had a great show. The guys from Pizza Talk that we had on here a couple of months ago had some stuff happen, and they were looking for a new co-host. Some of the other people got dropped out of that.
Oh.
And
They got dropped.
yes.
Oh.
I don't want to go into details because I don't really know all the details, and it's not really any of our business to spread other people's business. But they needed someone else to fill the spot, and
So you did.
I did.
Good.
And they asked me to stay on. So now, one Sunday a month, I will be joining the guys from Pizza Talk, which you can find on
Oh, congratulations. That's really good.
realtalkradio.com, which is cool. So I'm excited about that. And that's about it for us. Anything else you want to plug or talk about? Or
No, I mean, other than Deadpool being amazing. It was all about death last week in Hollywood.
why? Who else died now?
Vanity died.
Oh, that
Prince's
was
protege.
Prince.
Yeah, Prince's protege. The guy from Punky Brewster
I didn't know him.
and Police Academy who played
Oh,
Eric
yeah.
Bussard. I can't even believe I don't remember his name. Nobody ever knows this guy's name.
Yeah, they just know that
He was
guy.
98 years old.
Damn.
Married for 63 years.
Imagine being married for 63
63
years.
years to the same person. Just fucking kill me.
That's dedication.
That's a whole lot of, you're right, honey. You're right.
Yes, dear.
Yeah.
Yes, dear.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. That
60
God bless people that could stay married that long. I wish one day that I could find someone that I could tolerate or could tolerate me enough to put up with whatever comes out of
Girls
my
are
mouth.
crazy. We're crazy. Oh, and Big Ange died.
Oh yeah.
And
Big Ange,
Big
you know,
Ange.
from the show, what was it, Mob Wives?
Yeah.
She was a real tough cookie, that one.
She was fun. She was the best
It's
one
really
on the
a
show.
shame that how quickly she died from getting that.
I feel like she just did an interview where her hair was very short.
Yes,
she had
that was
blonde,
last week, and then all of a sudden
and then
she
she passed
went
away.
down.
She was talking about how her family. She's like really scared for her family that, you know, that they're gonna miss her and need her.
If you don't know what happened with Big Ange from Mob Wives, she wound up getting throat cancer last June, and it was a lemon-sized tumor in her throat, and she had it removed, and she was
Did she
doing
never
well.
go? I'm sorry, but I'm gonna make the joke right now. But did she not realize that was there? Is
Yeah,
that
how
why
do you
her
not know
voice
that
was
you
like
have a
that for all those
lemon-sized
years? And
tumor in your throat? I don't know.
I don't know.
And then it came back in her brain and her lungs, and she was only, I think, 55, 57
That's
years
sad.
old, and dead.
Within
Once you get brain cancer, that's, I mean, everyone I know
yeah.
kaput.
Well,
What a shame.
let's keep
Rest
our
easy, Big
fingers
Ange.
crossed for anybody else out there that's going through something like that. I hope.
Yeah, fuck cancer.
Fuck
That's what I
cancer,
say-
man.
that's what I gotta say.
That-
Fuck cancer.
It really needs to just die. It needs to die by itself in its own way and be buried in a cancer cemetery.
But I'm really excited about our Oscar party.
Yeah, me too.
Party
On
of
a lighter
two.
note, we're gonna have an Oscar party, and we're gonna dress up. We're gonna eat food. We're gonna be beautifully disgusting, and it's gonna be wonderful. So we'll keep you posted on that. Other than that, we will be right back with our first guest and maybe our only guest, unless the other lady shows up, which I doubt. So,
That's
Rick
wonderful.
Morgan, you're watching The Gagootz Show on MadhouseTV.com.
What's the exact street?
Well, if anybody knows Amityville Village, you know that Broadway is an extension of Route 110. So if
Okay.
you take 110 south all the way to the very end, you're going to come to a point where there's a split in the road, and there's a beautiful white gazebo that sits right in the heart of the village. So if you take 110 south and you go underneath the railroad trestle and you're down in the village itself, as soon as you get to that split, before you go to the right or the left of the beautiful gazebo that's sitting there, we are directly on the left-hand side. We took over the old Lang's shoe store. So people that remember Lang's they've been in business since 1929.
Wow.
And have been in Amityville Village since 1929. So they weren't at the store they were across the street, but they moved across to where the spot we were in 1962. So they were Lang's shoe store from 1962 in that spot all the way up to 5 years ago. In fact, there's such a buzz about Lang that somebody actually bought the sign that says Lang's since
Really?
1929.
Wow.
So it was an antique item that they're going to be taking down off the building soon. Hey, I'm Tom Mealy, once again coming to you from the fabulous Madhouse TV studios here in Deer Park. And this is about the Mousetrap Cafe. Now, I know that everybody's excited. Everybody wants to get in. Everybody wants to book parties. People want to experience what we're going to be offering in the village of Amityville. Unfortunately, folks, there's been a slight delay in construction, weather conditions. It's pushed us back a couple of weeks. So just bear with us. Trust me, the experience is going to be exciting. But what I want to talk to you about today is the amount of people that are calling, looking to book private parties. Yes, we would love to have you, and we'd love to have you experience the Mousetrap. So this is what I want you to do. Due to the overwhelming response and the amount of people booking, whether it's a private party for a wedding or whether it's a bar mitzvah, whatever the case may be, I want you to get on the site, go to our contact page, send us an email, let us know the date and the time that you'd like to book and the amount of people. We will respond promptly and we'll get back to you and we'll tell you whether or not that date's going to be available. Lock it in now. It has been surreal on the amount of people that have been calling us, emailing us, that want to experience this incredible opportunity to be one of the first to enjoy what we have to offer at the Mousetrap. So, get on the webpage, send us an email, go to our contact page. Everything's right there. Let us know. Leave your phone number, again, the amount of people, and the date that you're interested in, and we'll get back to you right away. In the meantime, stay warm. Spring is coming soon, and so are we. Take care. Hey.
I'm in therapy. Please give me a big hand. Come on, let me hear it. Give it to me. Thank you. I'm a storyteller. I'm a joke teller. We have a lot of fun tonight. We've got a great lineup of entertainers for you. You're going to have a real ball. That's really good. That's what we're here for. This old guy gets up from his chair and he puts his coat on. His wife says, "Where are you going?" He goes, "I'm going to the doctor's." She goes, "Why are you going to the doctor's?" He goes, "I'm getting me some of that Viagra." She gets up from her chair. She puts her coat on. He goes, "Where are you going?" She goes, "I'm going to the doctor's too." He goes, "Why are you going to the doctor's too?" She goes, "If you're going to use that rusty old thing, I'm getting a tetanus shot." Anybody go on those dating sites at all? You know, OkCupid, Delightful, Match.com, eHarmony, any of those? Plenty of Fish? Just me, huh? I feel like a real dick now. Well, this one couple, they meet for dinner. They, talk on one of these dating sites, and they meet for dinner. Now, she's in finance, he's in construction. She goes, "Let me ask you, do you drink?" He goes, "Yes, I do." She goes, "What do you drink?" He goes, "I drink 3 6-packs of beer a day." She goes, "How much is a 6-pack?" He goes, $10. She goes, "Do you realize if you didn't drink, you could be driving around in a Maserati now?" He goes, "Let me ask you a question." She goes, "What?" He goes, "Do you drink?" She goes, "No." He goes, "Where's your fucking Maserati?"
And we're back with our very special guest, Rick Morgan.
Yay.
Rick, welcome to the Gagootz Show.
It's a pleasure.
Comedian and booker. Right.
Producer, promoter, performer.
Now, we mentioned in the green room before him and I had a chance to speak, and you were telling me about how your first time on stage was like such a heart-beating experience for you, and then you got that taste. And
once you get the bug, you're off, you're running. Only my circumstance was different because I produced a lot of shows that no one would have otherwise given me a chance to get up there and do it. But it was a New Year's Eve, and I had a comedy team on, High Powered Hard and Patman, and as a team, they weren't quite ready at the same time. So one of them, I forget which, yelled out, "Rick, tell him a joke." And I told the only joke that I knew, the only one, and the audience screamed. They roared. And as I walked off stage, I had, for about 20 minutes, as I sat down at the table having New Year's Eve dinner, and I knew one thing, I'm going to do this again and again and again, and no one could stop me. And that's how I really got into it. That was in the late 80s. So I was very, very fortunate to have that opportunity. A lot of people don't. They have to suffer through open mic nights and going the whole route, be traveling to the city, this and that, and everything else, and it isn't always easy, you know. A lot of people do throw in the towel and give up. There's a lot of really good talent out there that if you work with them and you see them develop, it's a wonderful feeling. You feel it right here. Yeah. I know most of these guys. We talked about Eric and Laurie and everyone else. They've all been on my shows, and I like them very, very much.
Now, you said that you were a promoter, you were producing shows and not performing.
No, I wasn't a performer.
But this just happened that
It happened, and it happened for the best.
And how long were you producing until this?
Oh, I did since the late 60s.
Really?
I was a kid. We used to have all the bands play at all the rock and roll clubs, from the Solomon Grundy's Change, the OBIs, the East, the South, the North, the West.
Oh my gosh.
I had
Solomon Grundy's too.
Jesus.
That's right. Solomon Grundy's Pub, the Frigate, the Clipper, all of those. And then as far as the OBIs, they had the North, the South, the East, and the West. And
South was the best.
Oh, the South was the best. That's right. Bobby Matheson, quite a character. Can I tell you what happened one time?
please.
Oh, this is a great little story. I was down there. I went to see Bob, and it was during the week, and there was hardly anybody there. But he always had probably about 20 bouncers on, these tough guys with the rolled up T-shirts on, everything else. And I went out and I stood like on the entrance where they had the canopy and they had the ramp going down into a parking lot. And I was having a cigarette, I smoked then, and I was waiting for Bob. And all of a sudden this guy came out of the club and he staggered by me. And he staggered all the way down the ramp. And he got to the bottom of the ramp and I'm watching this guy. He looks around, and then he starts to stagger over to where Bobby Matheson had these old antique cars that he had. And he was running for, I think, town supervisor, and he had the signs on the top, elect Bob Matheson, everything else. And this guy looks around again. He doesn't see anybody. During the week, as I said, there's hardly anyone there. And he climbs up on the running board, and he starts pulling down signs, everything else. And at that moment, one of the bouncers came out. And he yelled back into the club, "Somebody's trashing Bobby's cars." With that, it's like a herd of buffalo. All of these guys come running out in the red T-shirts, and now it's a race. And the guy, he's running across the parking lot. He had a truck over there. And the bouncers are chasing after him, yelling, and he's got a head start on him. And he gets to his truck. He jumps in. And then the worst thing that could possibly happened.
No.
His car didn't start. Oh no!
They beat the hell out of him. And, I couldn't stop laughing. Anyway, that's my OBI South for the
Watching
story.
bouncers beat down a guy.
Oh, but it was
could be
funny. You have
fun
to
to watch.
see it. It was a race. It was
that's so funny.
I would enjoy seeing that.
The OBI. I'm sure so many people have stories that go on at the
Oh,
OBI.
yeah, I've got
I've
OBI
heard
stories.
nothing but like when the OBI gets mentioned, everybody's like, "Oh, the OBI!" Like it was the greatest place on earth.
It was.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was probably the best club.
She's too young.
My mom used to bring me there when I was like, yeah.
The Sunday brunch.
Wow.
Remember the Sunday brunch?
No, she didn't.
No, she didn't take her brunch. I don't think she did either.
Yeah, that and another club up in Roslyn, U.S. Blues, which is probably the best club I've ever been into. They had James Taylor would come down there and play.
Oh, wow.
Billy Joel. They would all
Yeah.
come down to this particular club. It was around the corner from my father's place. So,
In Roslyn.
yeah.
My father's place, that was a great. I
Oh,
saw
yeah.
a lot of shows over there.
Oh, that's what
In
it's
Roslyn.
called.
It was called my father's place. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't his daddy's house.
No,
It was a nice club. They had a bar, and then they had where you sat. They had regular seats on the left side, and the right side was like a big bar,
Oh,
big
that's
open
cool.
bar.
You know what's sad? You're talking about bars like that, like it's regular and then it's big open bar, but like you go away on these trips and you go away on vacations and stuff, and there's senior frogs, like on every island that you go to. Like, can we please have a senior frogs? Have you ever been to one?
It's not that big of a deal.
It's fun.
I don't really care.
What's Senior Frogs?
Like, there's no place to go to that's like a crazy it's like a vacation
There isn't.
park.
Yeah,
like,
there isn't something like that here. But they wouldn't view it as that here anyway. They would just use it just like it would be
Yeah,
any
but
other
they
bar.
could make it into that. I have an imagination, and I'm saying they could make like sand. You come in, and it's sand on the floor, and
Like the deck down in Patchogue
yeah, but
on the harbor. It's like right on the canal.
Have cooler chairs.
There's lounge chairs. It's lounge chairs.
No, I'm talking about chairs that make your butt look like someone else's.
Oh, like those.
And like your butt looks like a giraffe's butt, and like there's swings that you could sit at the bar, and something more relaxed.
It makes your butt look like somebody else's.
you
yeah.
sit in a chair and it has like a bikini butt,
Yeah, it's a bikini
so it
butt.
looks like you're sitting.
Would you
on
sit in a bikini butt?
No, how about that?
Oh, wait,
the
excuse
blimp.
me. Marissa Tomei called. She wants her ass back.
No, she can't have it.
They have that blimp out now. Have you seen the blimp?
No.
Big picture of the blimp, and the way it's carved in the back, it's like a behind,
Oh.
right behind.
Yeah, it's been in
Big
the news
behind.
lately.
And so everyone's making fun of it, the behind blimp.
The behind blimp.
That's funny. Anyway,
I don't know. Yeah, I'm lost.
I gotta have the topic we were talking about.
Yeah.
bars and restaurants and whatnot. But speaking of, you still produce shows.
Yeah, it's all comedy at
Okay.
this stage of the game.
Only comedy.
Yeah. Music, I have a lot of friends in the music business, but I don't go there anymore. You know, it was a different era, a different time. I used to do the concerts out of Hot Dog Beach in the Hamptons.
I used to go there.
Those were the great days. I'd get a couple of flatbed trucks. I'd have like about 7 different bands play. And I'd tell the bands, you want to use your guitar? Oh yeah, I want to use mine. Well, then you're going to have to share it. So I would get 2 guitar players. They would bring their amps with them. But now the condition was everyone would have to plug in and play. And then we had 2 bass guitar setups. We'd have keyboard setups on each side. And what we do is for the drummers, we would set the drums up on a riser, and then as soon as one band, because they have to have all their stuff set so they can play, one knows where they're hitting, we would lift theirs off, put the other one right on, and it was quite an event back in those days. We'd have guys like parachute down right onto the stage and things like that. It was the good old days, right?
Yeah, that doesn't happen anymore. No parachuting onto the stage.
I wish we were alive. I wish I was alive back then.
You always say that.
I really don't belong here.
Such an old soul.
Yeah.
Hey, the Hamptons were big in my era. I had a Foreigner play out at the OBI East.
Oh my gosh, Foreigner.
Yeah,
You
when
like
they first
Foreigner?
came
Yeah.
out, we heard the tune "Feels for the first time, and my wife said, "That's that band Foreigner," because she was really up on music more so than me. I go, "Oh yeah?" She goes, "You got to get them." So we went and we got them, and we had them play at the OBI East. And supposedly we were going to do a Friday and Saturday, but one of the owners there, he goes, "Well, if they're that good, let's put them on a Sunday and a Monday." So we put them on a Sunday and a Monday. We're paying a lot of money, thousands of dollars. After that, and they didn't really clear the money, the club. I thought I was going to get killed, you know, but they dragged me out to the beach and tossed me in. But
Feed you to
that
the
was
sharks?
a scary moment. But they're doing very good now. Mick Jones is the only one left of the original band that he had. Everyone else is new.
Wow.
But they had Lou Graham and they had Gagliotti and all those guys were in it. And I think that's when they were the finest that they were. Saw them a couple of years ago, Jones Beach, and they had Journey play with them.
I love Journey.
And
I love all those.
Journey,
It's back from.
you know, they opened for Journey. Journey could not follow them. I mean, you know, they just kept
Yeah.
hit, hot blooded and all of that, you know. It was really a lot of fun. My kids took me.
That's cool. That must have been fun.
Yeah.
Now, you produce shows. Where are there specific places that you are?
You know, this weekend we'll be at the pavilion in Lindenhurst, the Fireman's Pavilion, for Lindenhurst Firehouse. And then next week we're at the East Farmingdale Firehouse. You're talking, they sell like about 300 people every show, they sell out. And it's a lot of fun. East Farmingdale, that's on March the 5th. They probably have the best menu of any of the places that I do. You just go up and you get a couple of fat guys on the show, and they love it because everybody eats, you know, everything else. And, you know, eat. And like we said before, some people, oh, I can't eat. We get all nervous. Hey, eat. It puts you at ease.
Yeah.
Puts you in a better mood.
Makes you happy.
And you're funnier, you know. And if you're going to do anything, you throw up. The other comics will laugh at you.
Exactly. And the people in the front row will certainly have an experience.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're going to take a quick break.
We'll take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back with the Gagootz Show on MadhouseTV.com. Stay tuned.
You two shut the fuck up.
You're still on the air, you guys.
Tom Mealy, once again coming to you from the fabulous Madhouse TV studios here in Deer Park. And this is about the Mousetrap Cafe. Now, I know that everybody's excited. Everybody wants to get in. Everybody wants to book parties. People want to experience what we're going to be offering in the village of Amityville. Unfortunately, folks, there's been a slight delay in construction, weather conditions. It's pushed us back a couple of weeks. So just bear with us. Trust me, the experience is going to be exciting. But what I want to talk to you about today is the amount of people that are calling, looking to book private parties. Yes, we would love to have you, and we'd love to have you experience the Mousetrap. So this is what I want you to do. Due to the overwhelming response and the amount of people booking, whether it's a private party for a wedding or whether it's a bar mitzvah, whatever the case may be, I want you to get on the site, go to our contact page, send us an email, let us know the date and the time that you'd like to book and the amount of people. We will respond promptly and we'll get back to you and we'll tell you whether or not that date's going to be available. Lock it in now. It has been surreal on the amount of people that have been calling us, emailing us, that want to experience this incredible opportunity to be one of the first to enjoy what we have to offer at the Mousetrap. So, get on the webpage, send us an email, go to our contact page. Everything's right there. Let us know. Leave your phone number, again, the amount of people, and the date that you're interested in, and we'll get back to you right away. In the meantime, stay warm. Spring is coming soon, and so are we. Take care.
Welcome back to the Gagootz Show here on MadhouseTV.com. And Benny, before, yelled into the camera to shut the fuck up, because we have an audience that won't shut the fuck up. Can you hear them? Yeah. Yeah. Ball gags.
At least
That's what we need. We need ball gags. Duct tape. We keep trying to get them to go on the couch because they won't shut up, but they won't. They just keep sitting back there. But I have to say something about Benny's suit today, and this doesn't happen. This is like a Halley's Comet kind of moment. You look very nice, Benny.
Wow, Jeannie.
His suit is so nice and not overly colorful, and it matches well, and
Like, you look nice.
you look nice.
Jeannie, boy, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I take that as a compliment coming from you.
You should.
You beat me up for the
Right.
past
I'm actually impressed with your
16
clothes
months.
today.
So.
She's saying you're
Thank
a
you
gray
very
matter.
much. Thank you.
Matter.
No,
Gray
no,
matter.
get the fuck off me. No.
You guys are silly.
Well, let's get back to our
I almost
guest.
want to touch her.
Yeah.
I almost want to
You might
pretend
get
that we're.
Poison ivy. You might.
I want to pretend like we're friends.
You're gonna need a tetanus
Can we
shot.
pretend we're friends? Let's
No,
all
let's-
dance. Come on.
Oh,
Look
God,
at that.
This is uncomfortable. I don't like this.
I don't like this at all.
Nicole-
I'm breaking a sweat.
I'm like
from
mouth
here.
sweat, like I'm gonna
Just
vomit.
stop. Stop. You're giving me anxiety. I don't like this. Stop
You
it.
don't like seeing
No,
us
I don't like it.
friendly like
Stop.
this?
I don't
Okay.
like it. Anyway, we're
Don't worry,
back.
I'm not
Yeah,
inviting
yeah,
you to
okay.
our Oscar party.
Yeah, right. Where is that? Your house?
No, I'm not telling you where it is.
He's like,
Okay.
put a pillow on you.
So, our guest, what's his name again?
Sorry, peace.
Peace out. He's going to get up. No,
Yes, we have a guest today.
we wanted to mention that there's a foundation that you're working with.
Yeah, the Sarah Grace Foundation. We have a show coming up on April the 8th. It's a Friday. This year it's going to be at the Crest Hollow Country Club.
Oh, very nice.
Before we used to do it at the Milleridge Cottage, but the Milleridge Cottage was up for sale, so we had to find another place to do it. And we started off originally in an American Legion for like $25-$30 a head, hors d'oeuvres and show. And I'll never forget the very first night, the father of the little girl, Sarah Grace, she died of cancer.
How old
And
is she?
what the parents do, the Sarah Grace Foundation benefits the children, the siblings of children that are stricken with cancer. They help them deal with it, everything else. It's a wonderful thing that they do. And the father every year gets up in front of the audience and he gives a speech. And I'll never forget the very first time, everybody, and I'm not exaggerating, everybody was crying.
I bet they were. It's
Yeah.
And
very
I'm saying,
sad.
I've got to get up there now and start to a show. I've got Joe Moffa next to me. You know Moffa, right? He's a crazy guy. And I look at him. Tears are coming down his face.
Wow.
Oh, Joe, you bastard. I guess I got to get up there. And I did. And this is the amazing thing about comedy. How the transformation from sorrow to happiness, the two faces, laughter and, pain.
Tragedy.
And everybody started laughing, and it was such a good feeling that they did that. And we've built it now where we pack it out with 200-300 people every year now.
That's great.
And they raise a lot of money. So it's a wonderful thing. As I say, if anyone wants to go, the number is 516-433-9745 for reservations.
Now, you've been doing this for the past 10
Yeah,
years?
I've done, well, this will be the 12th year that we're
12th
doing
year.
it. And it's a really good thing. You love to see things grow, and this is one that grows. It's probably
Except
the
for
most...
tumors.
Pardon?
Except for tumors.
Yeah, well, it's, yeah, that's true. This is probably the most difficult show that I do. Usually when I do a show, I start it and I'll run it right through. No intermission, none of that stuff. If you want to do prizes, do them at the end of the night. With this, though, because it's a caterer, we break the show up. We have it in two parts. We have the first part, then dinner, and then the second part. And on the show this year, we have Frank Failure, who is a retired NYPD guy, and we have Steve Lazarus, who is the beer man at Yankee Stadium, and then the second half is Al Martin, who is the owner of the Broadway Comedy Club in Manhattan. Al's an old friend, and he's just got back into comedy. And we have Joe Moffa on the show, too. So Joe will dirty him up a little bit, but they'll laugh so hard they'll cry. And I mean, personally, I like dirty comedy. I'm sorry. I mean, not filthy, slam, bashing, hurting people, not that kind of thing, but humorous, And I say that most of my material is that way, in that you have to drop a punchline. And, it's got to be a laugh. It can't be vicious. It has to be funny. It has to be humorous. And if it is, it doesn't matter. Like I might see an old lady in her 80s there, and, you say, are you going to offend somebody that old? Because I know a lot of times the guys say, look, my mom's going to be here tonight. You got to keep it clean. And I just look at them and I say, bullshit. Your parents know more than you could possibly ever know, and they get it. And I did a show a couple of weeks ago at the Bayport Firehouse, and I look around the room. I work when I go to a place, and I see that everybody is laughing. They're falling over, and there's one couple there, an older couple, and the woman, she's stone-faced, and the husband, he's laughing, and then you look at her, and you stop. Then he starts laughing again. Look at her, for approval or what have you. He wasn't getting it. But, out of like 300 people to have 299 of them cracking up, that's a wonderful thing,
Yeah.
And I think in all the shows I've done, I've only had one couple that got up and walked out, which, which is damn good. And it's like the first time my wife and I, when we were young, we went to see this one movie in Lindenhurst. Limbrook, and it was like a couple comes up to the door, and woman is wearing a fur coat. When the guy opens the door, she opens the coat up, and she's naked underneath. We were kids. We got up and we left. I mean, that was too heavy for us,
That was my Christmas present. But then it turned out that my next door neighbor's wife went a little off, and they came and took her away to this house.
But I
was like, honey, Merry Christmas, you shouldn't have. You sent me a naked woman in a fur coat. And then I found out,
It's just the crazy lady.
The neighbor next door, the crazy lady.
Well, Benny, you've probably seen, comedy has really changed over the years. At one time, if you wanted to see comedy, you had to go to a comedy club. And they were the only show in town.
There was some show, not as many shows as now. There was like, Lou Stevens used to do
Lou.
ground.
Oh, you know Lou?
Yeah, I knew Lou. The ground
my
round.
Gosh.
He used to do the ground round tour. They used to joke about it. Was the tour of all the ground rounds.
Squeeze the Fish. Remember that?
I don't remember. But they were different.
He'd get people up on the stage, and he'd have like a rubber fish and he'd have somebody up there with the fish in between their knees. And when he yelled out, "Squeeze the fish," they would bang their knees together, and the fish would squish, and make a noise, squeak.
That was Lou.
That was Lou Stevens.
And then he would sing some song about sheep,
Oh,
and he would
God.
have you going bah, bah, and it was double entendre that it was really about banging sheep.
Yeah, oh,
Right.
yeah.
It was- but it wasn't. That's what you were saying about dirty, but not being vulgar. Because it was he's singing
Bestiality?
a song about sheep, and you hold this thing, and every time you turn, it goes bah, bah. So it was you were banging sheep. You know, he was and so he was playing guitar. For
He
you.
was the godfather of comedy on Long Island. He started all those guys years ago. I'm talking about the late 70s and things like that. Guys like Ron Tobin, Steve O, Joey Cola. He worked with all
Joey
those guys back then. In fact,
Yeah, he was booking the him and Steve O was booking rooms too.
Yeah,
and then-
Steve O. He's out in California now.
Yeah.
The great. Have you heard of Steve Solomon? He has
Yes, I don't remember him.
Yeah, the play
playing
My
with
Mother's
him.
Italian, My Father's Jewish, and I'm in therapy. Well, this guy was bothering me, and Steve was always very pushy. And he decided he's not going to do anything by mail or telephone. He comes over my house. Now, when he comes over my house, he sees cars in the driveway, but he knocks on the door and nobody answers. But he hears voices. Lou and I are in the backyard smoking a joint. So he follows around. He comes into the backyard. He says, "I'm Steve Solomon." Of course, I knew who he was at that point, but I'd never met him before. And I said, "Oh, I was here." He looked down his nose, like these derelicts. But he and I became very, very good friends, Steve Solomon. I count him as one of my best friends. He's very successful. He started up. He was a $50 comic. Now he makes tens of thousands of dollars.
With this one-man show, right?
With his play. Well, he has a couple other people doing the play for him. One is Pete Fogel, and the other is Ron Tobin. Plus he does the performances himself. He has 3 different versions of the play. So he hits it, Home for the Holidays, My Mother's Italian, all of this, and he's done very, very well. He's become literally a multimillionaire doing this.
I've seen it advertised.
Oh, God.
I've seen the one-man show.
You go to the play, it's tremendous what he does. And, we were talking, "Steve, how do you remember all that?" He goes, "Remember?" He goes, "I go over to where the curtain is, I got notes pinned onto the curtain behind, and which led me to an idea that what happens if you're up there and you actually forget? And that can happen. And I thought, well, how would I get out of this? So I figured I'd fake an illness and I'd fall down on the stage. And the people, "Oh, he's okay." And then, you get out of it that way, he's okay.
Did you ever actually try that?
No, I
Did
haven't
you ever
done
forget?
it.
Did you ever
Although-
fall down?
I went away with my kids in December, mid-December. We went up to Vermont to go skiing. And they went thrilled with the prospect of me putting on skis and going. But you know how these young kids are. But us old guys still have it, And there was no snow, so we didn't ski. And when I was up there, I was coming back. We were coming back on the Sunday. I was opening for Uncle Floyd at the Belmore Theater. And this was the first and only time I hope this ever happens to me. But I forgot all of my material. I went completely blank.
Everything?
I couldn't. What I was worried about was coming back and getting caught in traffic and not being able to make showtime. It was a horrible thing.
Oh,
A terrible
man.
experience. Never happened before.
What did you do?
Yeah, did you,
Well,
so you
no,
didn't fall
I
down?
kept writing things down on paper, trying to recall it. And then on the way home, it came to me. I was driving with my daughter. I'm doing it in the car, driving.
Oh, man.
Jackie Martling told a friend of mine a trick of what to do. I didn't know Jackie personally. Just he said that you should remember a few old jokes because if you get that, what's known as actor's nightmare, where you black out, you remember a couple of old jokes and tell those jokes. When the audience starts laughing again, it'll come back to you. You'll get into a groove, and your material will come back.
Yeah.
Well, he would do it in sequences, like a word rhyming game and things like that. With me, I have it all committed to memory. I do close to 200 jokes. Of course, when I'm up on stage, I'm going to do about 30 of them, time-wise. But I have no problem. I know them. They're there. And, one leads right into the next, that kind of thing. Just getting your order. Once you get your order,
Right.
then, you're set to go because you just fold right into the next one. What's she doing?
She's videoing us.
It's
Promotional stuff.
cute.
She is cute. She thinks our camera lady.
I noticed that right away. She came in here, she was, hi. Hi.
I love Periscope. Hi. I do. I love Periscope.
Hi.
I Periscope my radio shows on Friday.
Oh, you do? Yeah.
Yes, in the station. While I'm in the station, I put my phone up and I Periscope out when I'm at the
I'm
Emporium.
still not sure how it works.
We're gonna Periscope. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna Periscope the Oscar thing.
The Oscar
We will
party.
Periscope it while my video camera,
that's
while
a
my
good
camera
idea.
is taping us. I'll also Periscope it.
If I wear
Okay.
the suit, can I come to the
No.
party?
That's a good
You
idea.
can't sit with us.
I'm not invited to the
Can't
party.
sit with us.
You can't sit with us.
In fact, if you guys, on April the 10th, it's a Sunday, I'll be back with Floyd at the Belmont Theater.
Oh, yeah?
And after, what we're going to do, we're going to have an after party at a place very close by. We're like all comedy friends to come, and Gary will be buying drinks for everybody, which is good for everybody. I don't drink, so
Let's go. I'm taking April.
saving him money. In fact, next month will be 30 years since I got off the booze.
Oh, good
Oh,
for you.
really? You haven't
No,
for 30
I don't
years?
drink. I don't drink now.
Wow.
We used to book all the rock and roll clubs, and our money was no good in any of these clubs. Everybody was an alcoholic, and it was a different attitude as far as drinking went back in those days.
Yeah.
And you'd get into a club, you throw down 10 on the bar or something like that, and you drink free all night. The $10 went into a tip jar.
Can't
And,
even get a vodka
yeah.
and Red Bull for $10 anyway.
Vodka and Red Bull. Oh, my
Oh,
God.
God, those were crazy days. Heinekens and Bud Lights and all of that. But, I mean,
He's licking his lips. He's like,
Heineken and Bud Light.
Heineken.
Jägermeister. I could go through a bottle of Jägermeister in 20 minutes.
I even
Howard's
like the old
whiskey.
Bohemian. Do you remember the old Bohemian beers? Old Bohemian?
I kind of.
It was
I
like
remember
80 cents a six-pack.
when we
or
had no
something.
money, Meisterbrow.
Yeah.
We
Oh
used to
my
call-
God, Meisterbrow.
We used to call it
Oh,
mystery brew.
God.
Mystery brew.
Meisterbrow.
Because we didn't know what the hell was
so
in it.
long.
Do you remember Rheingold's?
Rheingold, Peels.
My dad named our dog Rheingold. He
a horrible name
so
for a
stupid,
dog.
like the scruffy, like.
Would he
like,
drink it?
No, he just knew that it was a disgusting beer, and this dog was like such a mutt and like.
My dog
nasty
loves
looking.
beer.
The Peels beer.
Yeah.
Burton, his brother, they had the commercials. You remember those guys? Peels.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
They were
What
big
is your
upstate,
dog
too.
like?
Yeah,
Schlitz.
if we have a party, like a Super Bowl party, or I have people over the house and they bring cans, or even bottles, wine bottles, anything. If we leave it around, or we leave the cooler out on the back deck and this can't, she'll go in there. I have a Siberian Husky, and she's an alcoholic.
Oh,
Wow.
And all of a sudden you'll hear something go thump, 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 thump down the back stairs. And it's her with a wine bottle in her mouth. And she like gets the cork out. She's amazing. And then she'll take the beer cans and she'll just pop them with her fangs. And
really?
just, oh yeah.
She's just doing shotguns.
Yeah, yeah. She shotguns those Budweisers.
Foam rush.
Yep. She
That
does it all
was
the
fun.
time.
I used to do
You
shotguns.
should probably video that because that will probably go viral.
Probably. And then the ASPCA will show up and take away my puppy.
That's true.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I guess you can't do that.
I mean,
Well, they
she's
don't
10,
know where you
but-
are. Don't put yourself in the video. Just like put it
The
up
worst
on
is
like
like
a.
you find all the ripped up cans outside the next day and the bottles, and you see her
Yeah,
running
like the
past you.
recycling bins right there. You can't just put it in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, this is it.
This is it, huh? This is the excitement. You went from a raunchy show the other night to
It's different.
us talking
We were
about-
raunchy last week.
talking about the 70s.
The 70s.
The
Yeah, we were raunchy last week. We got really raunchy last week, her and I.
Yeah?
You don't remember?
Was I here? You weren't here last week. What
It
are you
was-
talking about?
No, we were raunchy last week. We were talking with KJ
Yeah.
and Lisa Polizzi. You were getting your.
Oh, yeah, I
raunchy.
wasn't raunchy.
Lisa Polizzi was great. We have to
I
have
felt
her
so-
back, yeah?
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh. This
You gotta
poor
get
girl.
John Moffer on,
Yeah.
or Steve Marshall. Those guys are dirty, dirty funny. And when
You know what
people
happens?
pound
Some
the
of those
tables-
guys, I message them, and they don't message me back. So you talk
I'll
to them.
talk to them for you.
You tell them to come on the Gagootz show.
Tell 'em come
Tell them
down.
the two lovely hosts and that
Muff.
that old bastard, he ain't that bad.
Moffer is a pisser. Steve Marshall, very, very funny.
I saw Steve Marshall like 15 years ago. I haven't
Really?
seen, and Martha, I haven't seen in a very long
Yeah.
time either.
Well, I know some girls. They just had their 50th birthday party, and this one girl, when it was her 40th birthday party, she took everyone to Dangerfields to see Steve Marshall, and she says to this day that he is her and her girlfriend's favorite dirty comic.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Well, then we should get him on here, Dirty Comic.
You know, I don't like cerebral. I don't like some of the acts that, say a black actor will talk about racism and stuff like that. We don't want to hear that shit. Or you might find a Jewish actor wants to talk about Germans and Nazis and all that. Don't want to hear that. You know, we heard it. It's been done years ago.
You just want to laugh.
You just want to laugh, have a good time. That's what comedy is. That's what we were talking about before. The comedy clubs aren't proliferating like they once did. If you wanted comedy, you had to go to a comedy club. Now, all of the outside shows, all the different organizations. I mean, I do things for the Republicans. I do things for the Italians. Knights of Columbus.
The Republicans and the Italians.
Hey!
The best audience, temples. Temples were a very scary thing for me when I first started. And I'll never forget, we did Temple Beth David up in Colmac, and walking up the steps to get on the stage, my knees were actually banging together. Now, that is like a real fear factor. They were banging together. And I get up on stage and I look out and I see some of the guys had yarmulkes on, the women, some of them had shawls, and I go, oh boy, I'm gonna suck. This is gonna be bad, real bad. And sometimes you have like genius that comes to you when you get up on stage. Actually, I think of it more as survival. So I got up on stage and I looked out at the audience and I said, my name is Rick Morgan. I'm a Gentile infidel. And they started to laugh. As my Irish wife is learning Yiddish. She's got it down pretty good. She calls me a schmuck and a putz. And they laughed. Then I had him. And after that, it was easy.
Isn't it crazy how stuff just, like, you get into a moment and you're just like, and you're like, it's an outer body experience almost. Like, you don't even have control of what comes out of your mouth. You're like, this is what I'm just going to say.
Yeah, sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
It's like I tell one joke, and I did another temple, and there was a little old guy. He was in his late 80s, sitting right in front. He had a tweed jacket on, a lumberjack shirt, the red plaid thing, everything else, and he's right in front of me. And I kept looking at this guy, and now I get to the joke, and the punchline is, they gave me a chihuahua. I say, fucking chihuahua. And I look at this guy, and I can't say that. And I goes, they gave me a effing chihuahua. And he looks up at me and goes, you should have said fucking like that. I laugh like crazy, you know. Sometimes the audience is, they're the genius.
Anyway, we have to go.
We have to wrap it up here tonight.
We've been having so much fun with Rick Morgan that we went over, and we went overtime.
Oh.
Thank you very much, Rick.
Cha-ching.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you guys so much
Help
for
yourself to
tuning in.
pizza.
And thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you. You
Thank
too.
you, Rick.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
All of you at home, have a great week. And Jeannie Powers,
I'll see you next Tuesday.
see you next Tuesday. Take care.
Some people live in the city. Some people live in the country. Others live in the mountains. Me? I live on an island. Long Island. Some people live in the city. Some people live in the country. Others live in the mountains. Me? I live on an island. Long Island.